Hello, and welcome back to Last Stream World Unknown, where I have found another boss monster called the Arctic Mastodon, and we will start things off today with a boss battle. I'm hoping, because it appears to be a giant elephant, that it's not going to be full of any particularly huge surprises, and so this ought to be one of the more straightforward boss battles. But I don't know if things will actually work out that way or not, and so you never can tell, and so I'm just going to get into a battle with this guy. I will keep you guys with me for the first 2 rounds of combat or so, just to get a sense of what this guy is going to be like, and we'll go from there. I choose to do kind of all buffs at the beginning of a boss battle. Okay, he actually does tons of melee damage. This is actually, I don't know that I've encountered a boss who could do that much melee damage to the entire party before. And so that will definitely be an interesting challenge. Knucklebreaker is good because that reduces target attack, so I definitely want to do that. Heal 4 I obviously need. And I think so long as the Black Mage is still alive, let's try to do Godlike on the Thief as well, to get as much melee damage as we can out there, and let's just hope we get lucky enough to heal the Black Mage before he dies. Right, and the Thief is now wielding a dagger. Oh, good! That was actually the best possible outcome. He had hardly any hit points left anyway, and so we might as well tank all the damage for a round. That's pretty great. The Thief has this new weapon that he's using that actually has some vampirism to it, so it kind of earns back hit points, and so that will work in my favor. Let's go ahead and do Life 3 on the Black Mage to try to bring him back, and we'll see if we can stay ahead of this guy in terms of healing overall. I probably need to cast like Citadel or some type of defensive thing, but the good news is we managed to evade an attack right there. And I might use the Black Mage then as a type of support character in this battle, with the intention of trying to have him help make the party be more likely to dodge and get hits and do different things. And so Godlike also increases the hit points of an ally, and so let's go ahead and use Godlike also on the White Mage in order to try to keep the White Mage alive so that we can have tons of healing going on. Because if I can out-heal this guy, then it seems like I'm going to be in good shape, because it doesn't seem like he's doing any crazy things with status effects. Total Demolition, yeah, just hits really, really, really hard. But that's something that I can deal with. Alright, so I think we have kind of our main strategy. I will use Knucklebreaker again in order to reduce his attack. Let's get back to healing, and let's use... Let's try an Annihilation just to get a sense of how much damage output the Black Mage has on him. It's like 10,000. That's still doing a fair amount of damage, so if I don't have anything better to do with the Black Mage, that's definitely an opportunity. And it seems like the White Mage, other than the Black Mage, should be able to kind of out-heal everybody, and so if the White Mage occasionally gives the Black Mage a boost, just directly specific to the Black Mage, we might be in good shape. Yeah, so I think I have a strategy, so I'll probably do some fast-forwarding here. It is possible for this guy to inflict bleeding. He just inflicted it on my White Mage, and so that's kind of a bummer, because I haven't had to deal with that before. Okay, the Thief has run out of magic points. Doesn't have a huge magic pool, so we'll just kind of refill it. Giant magic potion. Actually, full magic potion is probably enough to last through the rest of the battle. But I've managed to get him down halfway already, and so we're in pretty good shape. And it looks like the White Mage wants to keep herself alive. This might be the only way to do it. So we'll try to do that. But yeah, occasionally someone dies. I think I've had 3 or 4 resurrections so far, but there's no immediate danger because he's not taking out the entire party at once. Okay, and he can also inflict frost, and so my monk became frozen. So that's another possible problem that I can run into. We're getting close to the end of the battle here. I think Holy Cleanse, I think that would work against frost. And so I think I'm going to give that one a try since my other healing spells are on cooldown. I think that sounds smart. Now let's continue to reinforce the Thief while he's doing a lot of damage. Because yeah, with Armed Robbery, he's still doing like 12,000 damage on this guy. Yeah, I'm getting a little low on hit points again. Might need to use some potions. And Holy Cleanse did not work. Okay, so perhaps I can't get rid of the Frigid State with any kind of I do have a ring that would prevent against it, but it seems like I can't prevent against it otherwise. Alright, since you don't have armed robbery, the smartest thing for you to do is to use a resurrection elixir to bring this guy back to life, and the smartest thing for you to do... This one's a little bit tougher to figure out. I think you probably just need to deal some damage right now, and we're going to hope that the white mage can resurrect some more people on the next round of combat. We're close to the end. I think I should still be able to pull this off, assuming I don't get unlucky. I got a second guy frozen. That's actually kind of okay. And so I think I'll continue just trying to deal damage. And at this point, can you heal frozen guys? I think you can. I guess let's try to find out, assuming the white mage lives. White mage did live. But we don't know if we can heal frozen guys because the frozen guys died. Alright, but everyone should live another round, and now the white mage can do Divine Intervention. And so we ought to be in good shape that way. Because this will immediately bring back the other two party members. They'll no longer be bleeding. And the thief has vampirism, and so that's helping him keep his hit points up with the crazy dagger that he has. And his bleeding just stopped. Yeah, alright, so I can probably just keep you guys with me for the end of battle now, because I have a feeling... Oops, wrong thing. Armed robbery. I have a feeling the battle is about to end right here. Let's get more healing on. And let's go ahead and add Godlike to the monk. Since he has just come back to life, he could use a little boost. Give him a boost, Black Mage! Attack up! Boom, boom, boom! Alright, and this might finish him off? Nope. Seems like there's going to be one more round of combat. Alright, no problem. Let's finish you off with a burglary, an attack. I can do another heal, and let's add Annihilation in here just to make sure that we finish you off. 12,000. Critical. Super critical! Look out, Macedon. You're about to be burglarized. Does that make sense to say that an animal is burglarized? I'm not really sure. And he must be hanging on by a thread, because I really thought he was going to go down in that round of combat. We're kind of out of magic points for good attacks, but that's okay, because we're almost done. At this point, I can cast Absolution on the thief, just in case he needs it. And let's just do an implosion to make sure that we finish him off. Alright, this should do it right here. Yeah! Good job, everybody! Everybody lives, except for the Macedon. Macedon is dead. And we've killed another boss. Mammoth Tusk. Hooray for me! Let's go collect our reward. What do you have for me today, Constantine? Well done, defeating the Arctic Mastodon. Here's your reward. Ignatius Robe and Ignatius Armor. Alright, tell me about Ignatius Armor. I'm currently wearing Ancient Armor, which is immunity from all status effects, which is pretty amazing. So this would have to be pretty amazing. Oh, protects against bleeding! Wow! And increases defense, magic defense, and hit points. That's pretty great. And he's the only person who could wear it. All status effects versus bleeding. Bleeding, honestly, if I'm going to do more boss battles, like, that's the thing that hurts me the most. So I think I'm going to put it on. Alright, and then what was the other thing I got? I got a robe. So let's see, you've got Virgil's robe, you've got the experimental robe. That one recovers 50 magic points a turn. This one recovers 50 magic points a turn. Tell me about Ignatius Robe. Protects against bleeding state. Oh. Okay. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. I can live without the magic point regen. I want the defense against bleeding. That is going to make all future boss battles a whole lot easier, I expect. Okay, in that case, I know another boss I want to go try to fight. And so let me go sleep at the inn, and we'll head over there. This actually wasn't my original intention, but this boss, who I died to a bunch of times in the previous episode, mostly was dealing bleeding damage to me, and that's what was killing me. And so I have a feeling if I have two guys who are immune to bleeding, that's no longer going to be a problem, so let's find out. First round of combat, he already managed to kill the Black Mage, but I think we'll be okay, maybe. I'm going to leave the Black Mage down for the moment. And just heal up the rest of the party, because we're already pretty low on hit points, and the monk is bleeding, and so it's important to get out in front If you fall behind in this battle, it goes south really quickly, is what I found in the previous episode. And so if I've got 3 guys who are in good shape, then I can afford to try to bring 1 guy back to life, I think. Second round of combat, the monk is double bleeding, and so I have a feeling he's about to go down, but I just brought the black mage back to life, and that'll get rid of his bleeding state, and so it's kind of a good thing. And so now I can cast Fast Life on the monk, and let's see, I've already done Godlike. Fast Life will bring him back, so let's go ahead and do Direct Hit, which will give accuracy to all 4 of my characters. And if the monk manages to live another round, which it looks like he's going to, then he'll be able to deal some more hits in the future round of combat. So yeah, hopefully with 2 guys who are immune to bleeding, I can stay ahead of everything that's going to be going on here. We'll see how it goes. So the immunity to bleeding has completely changed the tenor of this battle. The thief is now the carry. The monk and the black mage are effectively cannon fodder, just trying to occasionally absorb attacks that this guy would do on me. And the black mage, sometimes he's in a support role, trying to make sure that the thief is staying at the top of his stats, and other times is using Annihilation to do a little bit of extra damage. Okay, the thief just got confused. That has not happened before. Fortunately, he hit himself, which meant he got some of it back with Vampirism, and that woke him up from the confusion. So that's the first time that that happened, and that's the only thing that I think could have been a real threat. I think I should be okay. Black Mage probably ought not matter if he is confused, but just in case, I'll cast a Remedy on him, just to make sure he doesn't do something ridiculous that's somehow going to damage the party's chances. Yeah, he's just trying to attack with his staff, so that doesn't seem like it's a big deal. And it seemed like he got unconfused right before I cast Remedy on him, so there you go. But yeah, the monk and the black mage are bleeding. They're both going to die in the next round of combat, and it doesn't really matter. Is basically how this battle kind of plays out. I will use Knucklebreaker again. I am going to just bless the thief right now, and then in the next round of battle, my expectation is both the monk and the black mage will be dead, and I might be able to use Divine Intervention. Okay, the thief got confused again, which is unfortunate. Yeah, so that could be a problem. I don't think the thief does enough damage to the rest of my party that we shouldn't be able to wake him up. But that's the only thing. Ooh, and he hit the white mage. Yeah, that's okay. That's a potential problem. So I think the correct thing to do here is... Can you attack your own party members? You can't. I wonder if that would wake him up. But in any case, I think the correct thing to do here then is to cast... Let's just be careful and let's cast Panacea so it'll clear the whole party just in case there's another confusion effect going on. And hopefully everyone will survive another round. Okay, now we're in trouble. Gosh darn it. Everything is going so good. Okay, the thief is unconfused. So, that's good. But everyone else is dead. Now, in theory, I could use an Essence of the Phoenix and bring the whole party back. I'm really tempted to save that for later. No, I should just use it. Alright. I will use the Essence of the Phoenix and bring everybody back. And now we should certainly be able to finish off the battle. I was thinking about just resurrecting the White Mage and hoping the White Mage could bring everybody back. But without the immunity to confusion, it seems like there's a good chance that the battle would end, so... I guess I have these potions, I might as well use them. Alright, there's a chance I might be able to finish this guy off here in this round, otherwise the next round of combat ought to do it. Black Mage is dead because he was bleeding. What a surprise. But yeah, this guy has just a sliver of hit points, and so I ought to be able to use a Fast Life to get the Black Mage up so that he can participate in the experience gain from defeating this boss battle. But yeah, definitely the armor that prevents against bleeding states, that was a huge game changer in this battle. It was still a difficult battle, but it was completely doable as opposed to almost hopeless. So that's a huge, huge change. So we got a Werewolf Claw, which is great, and I'm going to go talk to the Mercenaries Guild once again and see what they're going to reward me with this time. Let's see. At this point, we've gotten, I feel like, almost every piece of Ignatius armor set that there is. I might be misremembering. So I'm curious to know what the next thing... I wonder if we'll get some more rings, because that would be kind of great. Well done on defeating Lycaon, and good luck on your next target. Here's your reward. Oh, Ignatius Spear and Whip. I don't plan to use either of those. The Thief would at least be capable of using them, I think. So we'll take a look. Increases preemption and absorbs magic points. That's kind of interesting. All right. So those are rewards that really didn't help us, honestly. Tizarin's glad that we slayed the Mastodon. Congratulations. Treasures we reward you with pale in comparison to the effort that you put forth to protect our great land of Firma, but you have our utmost respect and admiration. You know, if you gave me all of the rewards up front, I'd probably be able to destroy the monsters even quicker. So long as we're having this conversation. In any case, there is one more boss that I do want to try over on the Goblin Continent, so let me go heal up at the inn and we'll go give that one a try. And this particular monster, oops, is interesting from the point of view of it's the only one I've seen on the world map that isn't just kind of walking around, wandering around on the world map. It just seems to be sitting still in one location. And I'm not sure if that's meaningful in any way, but I guess let's engage Carbuncle. He's tiny. All right. I know I fought some of the kind of like small versions of these guys, but I don't remember exactly what they were like. And so I'm not sure what I need to be prepared against. I have a feeling, yeah, let's imagine the monk might be a real asset during this battle. I don't think bleeding is going to come into play. And so I think the monk is probably more likely to stay alive than the thief. I don't know, we'll see. Mind Devour. Okay, the White Mage just lost all of his magic points. Got a sense of what the threat is going to be here. Hopefully we'll be able to rely on melee combat, so let's get a sense of just how much melee combat I can do. White Mage did manage to, because she's wearing a particular robe, I think, that gives her back magic points, has enough to cast Heal 4. But doesn't have enough to cast Inflation, and Inflation is what we would really need before the Heal 4 makes any sense. So I don't know if there's any way to block against that kind of magic attack, and so I think the correct thing to do is probably to use a magic potion. Let's use a giant magic potion to give me back 1,000, with the expectation that it might be gone again in a moment. And in the meantime, I think I cast Godlike on the monk, so let's cast Godlike on the thief, with the expectation that it's going to be melee damage that's going to win this battle. 17,000 is good. 15,000 is also good. Stolen Ambrosia, Winter Storm, okay! Extremely magical, powerful boss monster we have on our hands here. Let's do Burglary, let's do a normal attack. Let's cast... You know what? Before I can even do the Inflation, I need to go ahead and get a heal out there, just to make sure that the guys are going to stay alive. And Direct Hit will probably work well because it'll make the Thief more likely to be accurate, and it means the Monk will probably get like 9 hits instead of 8. And yeah, this is going to be a challenging... Oh boy. Yep. If I don't get Inflation on the first round of combat, I think we're probably dead in the water. I will try to see if I can get out of this, but I have a feeling that this battle is about to end very quickly. However, with a restart, I might be in much better shape. If I can get an Inflation and a Heal 4 before this guy goes and hits me with super strong magic attacks, then yeah, things might go differently. Although, I'm not sure. I'm just trying to go ahead and game over here. Go ahead and hit me with something, please. Yeah, I might have a shot. If this guy has a lot of attacks that are like that, then until he actually hits me, there we go. I might be able to stay ahead of him if I can get my hit points up right at the beginning. I'm going to give it one more shot. Alright, this time around, this guy put my monk to sleep in the first round of battle, and I haven't had a chance to wake him up because I've been so busy healing, but I'm making some progress. Like, I'm starting to peel down his hit points, and we have some guys who are in decent shape. I still need to keep the healing up on all my other characters, so I need to do a fast heal there, and I guess at this point, Actually, yeah, at this point you could use a remedy potion to go ahead and wake up the monk. And if I get the monk back in here, we'll be in better shape. Alright, I guess a remedy will work. So we'll go ahead and use that. And if I can stay ahead of the damage output that this guy does, and we don't get any... remedy didn't seem to wake him up. Oh, it did, okay. Or maybe he just woke up on his own. Either way, the monk is awake again. Yeah, if he only hits me for like a couple thousand hit points, I ought to be able to heal ahead of it now that I have kind of a reservoir or reserve of extra hit points to work from, I think. Did my Bloodlust run out? We still have Godlike. But yeah, we did run out of Bloodlust, looks like. So let's go ahead and get that one going again. And let's work under the assumption that the monk will actually be able to start doing some things, and so we're going to use Bloodlust on him as well. And I don't have any of my heals here is the problem, though, and I really need a heal. I guess what I should do is let's do Absolution on yourself to make sure the White Mage stays alive, and the White Mage is in the worst shape right now anyway. And Godlike, now that the monk is awake, the monk should have Godlike, so the monk should actually be able to do some damage output. And assuming that the White Mage manages to stay alive during this round of combat and heal herself, then I think we'll be in good shape, but who's going to go first here, and what's the action of the Carbuncle going to be? Firestorm, and the White Mage is dead. Okay. So that did not work. And I'm probably dead in the water at this point. I'm going to try Resurrection Elixirs and see if we get lucky and the Carbuncle cast something innocuous in the next round of combat, and the White Mage can bring everybody off the brink. Death's Dream? Just put someone to sleep. Okay, that's not so bad. Might be able to pull back out of this. Nope. Got hit again. I think this guy hits too hard that I'm just not going to be able to outpace the healing. I was just trying to see, because I haven't had a chance really to use the monk in battle at all, just to see what kind of damage output the monk can do against him. But it's still only on the order of, 15,000 or something like that. And without everyone being immune to sleep, as well as just having tons of hit points, it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to take this guy out. And so I either need some better immunities or just like a bit bigger hit point store to kind of start things off. But we'll go ahead and take another game over screen on this one and go find another task to do instead. I decided to head to the Westonian Arena since I've got bosses on my mind. I was thinking the arena is a place where I managed to get through the first 14 tiers and then got stumped and never came back to it. Do I even remember? I guess the fighting happens in the downstairs, doesn't it? It's been a while since I've been here, but I imagine we might be able to take on tier 15 now since we're kind of pretty well geared up for boss battles. But I don't even remember like who we were up against in tier 15 and exactly how it worked. And so I guess before I go and talk to this guy to register, let me go ahead and grab a new save slot. The 15th and final cup remains, the event that all of Westonia, no, all of Vir has been waiting for. Would you like to fight in the Tier 15 Cup? Yes. And please remind me how it works. And I haven't done anything with trying to, change any of the things that my guys are wearing. And so I might switch rings or something after I try this once. We have almost a full crowd in the arena. There's all kinds of people watching. Who do we get? Alright, some guys that I don't remember anything about, and it's probably going to be a series of shorter battles, and so I don't necessarily want to gear up, and so I think what I will do is let's try... Let's try an armed robbery against you. Let's do a knuckle breaker against you. Let's... Not even sure what to do here. I guess let's just cast something that kind of buffs the party a little bit, so something like Citadel that prevents something for defense. And Thunder usually works well against dragons, and so let's try Thunder 8, and I expect that the two guys on the bottom might take a lot of damage from Thunder 8. Yes, 10,000 apiece. Okay, that's great. Knuckle Breaker does 20,000 to that guy and kills him. That guy's dead. Alright, so the first 5 rounds of combat seems like it's going pretty well here. Citadel probably isn't going to help me because we're going to get up into the next round of combat here, but at least I've got a sense of how this goes. So I think I could just attack you guys. I should do a fast heal so that I'm prepared for the next round of battle, and you can probably just sit back and guard, actually, for now. Because melee combat should finish this guy off pretty easily. And we'll see what's in round 2. Moogie scales and dragon horns. 1 round complete and 4 to go. Alright, who's in the second round of monsters? And so I should probably focus on healing with the White Mage, since rounds don't last that long. Soul Guardian, Tortured Soul, Empty Skull, and Firebird. Okay. I think Thunder will work well against some of these guys. Fire will work well against some of these guys, but I think some of these guys absorb fire. So I think Thunder might be my better bet. Who is going to be the biggest threat? I feel like it's going to be the Firebird, possibly. So I'm going to attack you and the Soul Guardian. I think also might be bad, so I'm going to do that. We'll go ahead and get a heal 4 on, expecting to take some damage. And we'll try Thunder 8 to start and see how that goes. Okay, Thunder 8 healed the guy in the bottom left, but he might be dead anyway after the monk gets a shot at him. He was not. Alright, Thermite Plasma. Yeah, it's not too much damage. Miss, that's always great. Corrupt Protection, that's not going to help you. This battle isn't going to last that long. Feel free to cast as many defensive spells as you'd like. I have no problem with that at all. And now the Thief, now that he's in the second round, can do Grand Larceny so that he can hit everybody. I think the Thief might be able to finish that guy off. So I think I'm going to focus on the Tortured Soul next. We will do... There's some undead guys here, and so I can actually do... Yeah, Laying On of Hands. That's actually a really smart move, I think. And Fire's probably not going to work well against a bunch of guys here. What's something else that hits everybody? That just hits one enemy. Atomic Flare, I think, hits, and it's non-elemental? Yeah, let's do that. So that's a nice hit against everybody. I like that. That'll probably kill that guy, or Grand Larceny might kill. Okay, great. Perfect. That is a great outcome because it means I can do a fast heal at the beginning of the next round of battle and be completely healed up in all likelihood. Darkness... I'm not sure that I need to worry about that. And I'm already all healed up. Okay, so in that case, let's do an attack. And let's do a remedy, which may or may not get out fast enough. And you can just sit back and guard. Actually, you can do Osmosis, just in case I need a ton of magic points somewhere later on. And even if the Black Mage still has blindness or darkness or whatever going into the next round of combat, that won't be a huge deal. Curse is actually okay, because that'll go away between combats, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think that was kind of an ideal outcome, actually. And so now, I should be able to finish you off. Oh, I can't finish you off with you because I'm cursed. Right, and everybody's doing less damage, but fortunately things worked out in my favor. So let's just try that again and hope that the Thief can finish him off this time. And I believe the curse will wear off between battles. Alright, I got Darkness again. How many hit points does this guy have left? He still has a fair number. Here's what we're going to do. We are going to do a Burglary. We are going to use an item of a full magic potion. No, a huge magic potion on the Thief to make sure that that stays up. We are going to cast Remedy on the Black Mage, and actually the Black Mage will probably get a chance to use the magic potion first, and so I'm going to go ahead and do that even if I waste a magic potion that way. Just to make sure that he has all his magic points back. And then next round of combat I should be able to finish this guy off. Oh, now we've got Silence going. I guess the Silence doesn't matter for the Thief, and so I don't mind carrying that into the next round of combat. You're almost dead. So yeah, I think I'll just do that skill, and do I want to try Knuckle Breaker? No, I should really save it. we'll try an attack just in case it works. And I guess, let me go ahead and cast Remedy to get rid of the silence on you. And you can afford to do something like an explosion or something that should help finish this guy off. Oh, I guess the curse is wearing off, because the monk is starting to hit again. Okay, so that took a little bit of work, but wasn't putting me in much danger. But I'm sure more status effects are going to start to appear in some of these later rounds. So let's see what we get. Chimeric Titan, Infernal Dragon, and Sinful Devils. I fought the Sinful Devils before, and they weren't so bad. So let's try an armed robbery. Who's going to be the big threat here? Let's focus on the Titan, who probably needs to take melee damage in order to be taken down, would be my guess. And actually, Knucklebreaker probably will work well against him. Let's cast... I don't need the healing yet, and so I think I'm going to cast a Citadel to start, just to kind of protect ourselves. And let's try... I bet you Thunder will work against most of these guys, so we'll try Thunder. And Thunder does work against these guys, great. Knucklebreaker destroyed that guy, that destroys this guy. We are in great shape moving through this round of combat because I fought these guys before. Okay, so I think at this point then, you can probably do a normal attack, and you can probably do a normal attack. We'll focus fire on one guy, and I really don't need all that much healing right now. So I'm tempted instead to make sure the monk has all of his magic points ready to go for the next battle. And you still have tons of magic points, so you can afford to just cast something else. So let's do Atomic Flare. Just hit everybody. And then I expect this is going to last one more round of combat, and so we'll do a fast heal to open the next round of combat to make sure we have all of our magic points, sorry, all of our hit points moving into the fourth combat. Or maybe it's going to end right here. No? Okay. This is working out perfectly. Great. And once again, I don't care about the thief being silenced. And so he can just attack. He can attack. You can do a fast heal. And just in case it matters, you'll do an implosion to make sure we have enough damage output to go ahead and end the battle during this round of combat. Windstorm does a little bit of damage to the thief. That's okay. You can carry that forward. This should finish you off. Great. Okay, 3 rounds complete. Our Gladiator is over halfway there, but the toughest battles are still to come. Let's see who we have now. Let the battle begin. Mostly guys I fought once again. I feel pretty good about this. Okay, I am going to use Armed Robbery and Knucklebreaker. No, I'm just going to do a... Actually, I'm going to do Bloodlust. And then I'm going to do a heal with the expectation that we're going to take some damage. And I'm going to do Thunder 8 because most of the guys will be hit by the Thunder. Great. And then we're going to focus fire on the guy in the middle who the Thunder can't hurt. And then... Well, let me not get too far ahead of myself. Death's Touch, instant death attacks do have a possibility of hitting my characters. But fortunately, it seems like it didn't get him this time. Alright, and so we're in pretty good shape for round 2. Yeah, I think better shape than we started, actually. So let's do Burglary. Let's do a basic attack on you. Let's do Citadel, or should I do... Actually, let's do Immortal to make sure nobody goes down. And let's do, this time, the Atomic Flare to continue hitting everybody. Actually, I should have had the Thief use Grand Larceny. That would have been a smarter thing to do. So next round of combat, we'll make sure that we do that. And that way he can hit everybody. But the first 4 definitely seem doable, so I wonder what's going to happen in round 5. And if it's really going to hurt me. Actually, that curse thing is going to slow me down quite a bit during this battle, so maybe I shouldn't get ahead of myself once again. Okay, so you are going to use Grand Larceny. That'll hit everybody. You... Honestly, Knucklebreaker will probably work well against this Decaying Dragon, so we'll do that. You don't really need to do a whole lot right now. Yeah, I don't see any grave threats. Let's do Lay on of Hands because it's a heal and it will hurt some of the undead who are out there. And you can just do an Annihilation on someone who needs it, like the Decaying Dragon. Sure. Alright, so the Decaying Dragon goes down. Grand Larceny hits everybody. Steal some extra things, which is always nice. And then how hard is Lay on Hands actually going to hurt these ghoulish guys, I wonder? Execution, you missed, haha. Laying on of Hands. Heals everybody, hits those guys, medium. How many hit points do they have left? Hardly any. Fantastic. That's what I like to see. Don't even need a fast heal. I think I can just guard. I think this will work just fine. And we will be going into round 5 at just about maximum everything. I guess I could have used some magic potions again on the Thief and the Monk. That's what I should have done with my mages. Only 1 round remaining. Our gladiator can barely stand. Can he muster the energy to finish this tier? If this is barely standing, then I'm in pretty good shape. Who do we got? Yeah, mostly guys I've seen. I have high hopes. Okay, let's try to shorten things. Firebird is a problem, so I am going to do 2 very strong attacks on Firebird. I am going to throw a Citadel out there, and we're going to start with some Thunder 8, which should hit everybody pretty well, except maybe the Firebird, I think. And so let's see how that goes. Thunder 8. Oh, it even hits the Firebird. Okay, so that's great. Ah, he evaded the Knucklebreaker. That's an unfortunate thing to happen. But now in round 2, ooh, Agility and Preemption just went down on everybody. So I'm no longer going to be able to dodge, and enemies are going to get first strike in all likelihood, and there really just isn't anything I can do about that right now, so I'm just going to have to deal with it. This guy's almost dead, and so let's start focusing on the Infernal Dragons, since they did that to me. And some guys are low on hit points, so let's start things off with fast heal. And we'll do an Atomic Flare to hit everybody as well. But right now I don't feel like I'm in super danger. And yeah, I can tolerate all the damage out. Okay, that's the thing that's gonna get me. Bleeding states on 2 of my guys. That could definitely put me over the edge. So let's hope I manage to kill off a few of these guys here. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, I didn't manage to kill any of those guys. And now 1 or 2 of my characters might bleed to death here. No, we're still alive. Okay. So then, So I want to focus on one guy. How many hit points do you guys have? You could definitely go down with another attack. Let's do this. Let's do Slash and Grab to hit everybody. Let's do a normal attack on you. Let's do a heal and see if we can last that long. And let's try something that will hit everybody. Wind? Actually, let's do an Annihilation on a different guy. Let's do an Annihilation on this guy. And just make sure that we get rid of another guy. I think this combat's going to last for another round, probably. Well, the Thief actually might be able to finish things off here. I'm not sure how much damage he's going to do to all these guys. Let's find out. Yes, he did! Okay, best possible outcome. I'm a winner! In case you didn't know. Gold of the Arena. Congratulations to the Gladiator. Return to the Arena Cup counter to collect your prize. Hooray! Wow. Wow, you've cemented your place in the history of the arena by completing Tier 15. No one will ever forget the name Thief. Because I never renamed my characters. What's my reward? Master Ring? Ancient Ring. Clotting Ring! Element Ring. And money. Okay, Clotting Ring and Element Ring. I have a feeling I know what they do. Ring that protects against bleeding. Great. Element Ring, right, prevents against all the elements. Master Ring, Clotting Ring, Element Ring, and what was the other one? Oh, an Ancient Ring. I already know what the Ancient Ring does, because I have a couple of them. They're actually already all equipped right now. No, they're not. Okay, and it prevents all status effects. And Master Ring, right, just increases all stats. Okay, so the Clotting Ring obviously is the big one. And so if I'm going to be doing future boss battles where bleeding is a problem, I could wear that on the monk, for example. And yeah, actually, I don't know that I'm necessarily going to use any of those rings right now, but I've cemented my place in history, and so that's a good thing. I wonder if anybody's going to have different things to say to me now, such as the Arena Cup Master. I've never said this before, but you've completed all the Arena Cups. You've conquered every challenge put before you, and you stand alone as the greatest gladiator to walk these halls. Alright, that's pretty awesome. I feel good about that. Let's actually go ahead and save the game. Ooh, welcome to the Arena Armor Shop. This is upstairs. As champion of the arena, we can look at our stock of extremely rare Aegis armor. I forgot to look up how to say that. Cool. This is new. I see. So it's going to tell me basically if it's changing any of my stats. So the Aegis Shield would increase my defense by 10. The Cloak seems like it might be an upgrade for the White Mage. That seems like it's an upgrade. Alright, but I need to know what's like, for example, the current helm that the Thief is wearing. So let's check that out and see if it is giving me other protections. It boosts hit point recovery. That is pretty handy. But it would also be handy to have 13 extra defense and 7 extra magic defense. So yeah, there's going to be a variety of trade-offs. So let me look carefully at some of this and decide what I want to buy. Okay, we're going to try the Aegis Cloak for the White Mage, because currently the White Mage is wearing a cloak that does rejuvenate 100 hit points a turn. 100 used to be a big number. It's not a big number anymore, and so I prefer to have the extra defense. Okay, there was nothing else in the armor, but let's take a look at the weapons as well. Wow, there's a sword. There's a crazy dagger that apparently the mages could use, which is crazy. Can't use the axe. Spear, bow, whip, and Aegis staff, which presumably is just gonna... Oh, it does increase intelligence. That's interesting. Tell me about what staff the White Mage is currently using. Mercenary staff restores 25 magic points a turn. That's not a huge deal. It's been kind of handy, but I could live without that if we could increase intelligence. So let's definitely go ahead and buy the staff and equip the White Mage with that. Wherever that one went. There it is in the list. Great. Does have more weight, but that's not really a problem in terms of she's not going to be swinging it. And then the sword would increase the Thief's attack by a fair bit. And remind me what the Thief was using. He's using Ignatius Dagger, which has Vampirism, which is pretty nice. So I don't know that I necessarily need the extra attack. I kind of like the extra healing that comes from that. Okay, but basically it was a whole new tier of things that we could get, and so that was pretty great. I don't recall... Right, we have talked to this guy before. And what do we have here? I'm thoroughly amazed that you've topped the final cup of the arena. Your name now ranks among the greatest arena gladiators. I don't know that it ranks among them. I'm pretty sure I am at the top. Thief! Thief! That's what the crowd chants. And so up here... Yeah, now we're just back to people who are doing normal things to talk about. Okay. So I think I was wrong about there being kind of like a special place for me to go, but definitely we were able to buy some new things, and so that's pretty sweet. Let me figure out where we are in an episode and decide if and what I want to do next. Yeah, I think that'll do it for today. We are now the champions of the arena. We've upgraded some more equipment. We fought some more bosses. Overall, I'm feeling good. We still have a whole lot of different places that we can explore in the overworld now that we have the Phoenix. And so in a future episode, I expect we'll do some more overworld exploration before we go back to the main storyline. I hope, as always, that you guys are having a great day, and I will see you again soon with more Last Stream World Unknown. Bye-bye!